to this pretty thing in this sort of a way.
Beautiful.
Okay.
As someone who will never, I don't want to block my blessings, but at this point in time,
You don't know.
I get my jewels from Amazon.com when they're not having an outage.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Actual jewels or just things that look shiny?
Things that look shiny.
Got you.
Yeah, no. I have like a nice pair of earrings and my wedding ring. But other than that, my jewels are, I think they're called like Pavoy.
What's that?
It's like an off-brand on Amazon. They look great. Everyone came up to me on my wedding. Oh, your necklace is so pretty. Where did you get it? Amazon.
There we go.
Try that, jewel thieves.
You don't know. Chris
Try that.
You might go home today and Chris sitting there waiting on you like, yo, I just got this letter. Apparently, I'm Princess Sokovia or something like that. And we got to go.
Speak it into existence.
Are you ready to live a royal lifestyle, though?
A secret one. Did you know how many royals there are who like have no real responsibilities? They're just out there being royal.
Well, I imagine if you're in charge of Sokovia, you do things.
Okay, fine. But does the rest of the world know that you're in charge of Sokovia? Can you tell me the Princess Sokovia? Like, I don't want, you know.
Wait, where's Sokovia from? Why am I saying that?
Genovia is Princess Diaries.
Okay, so is Sokovia Wanda and them? Is that the place that the Avengers destroyed? And
it is.
Okay.
The Battle of Sokovia.
Okay, there we
against Ultron and Avengers. Age of Ultron.
All right, so I'm confusing Genovia and Sokovia. I don't think they have royalty in Sokovia. But back to Genovia, though.
Genovia.
Yeah.
I could be a princess.
Hey, wait. Didn't even ask you yesterday.
What's the song?
What's the song?
Today's song was a perfect song. It's One Day More from Les Mis, and we're one day more to the Grizzlies season.
I think you should delete that damn
Another
song.
Day, another destiny.
But you're not deleting it, are
Calvary. No, it's one of the greatest songs written for musical theater in the history. Yes.
Are you sure? I don't know.
La Revolution.
Is it even top 15, honestly?
Yeah, it's a pretty damn good song.
I
And it really
don't
got
think
me
it
in the
is.
mood this morning because, what's up, everybody? It is Tuesday, October 21st. It is going to be a good day. Jessica Benson with you from the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. CJ Hurt behind the glass. Coming up on today's show, happy NBA Day to all who celebrate. The season starts tonight. We are one sleep away from the Grizzlies season beginning tomorrow. We got good news and bad news yesterday on the injury front. We'll break it all down. Mike Wallace will join us. We will talk with him about what the Grizzlies do from here, some season predictions, a look ahead into tonight's matchups. The World Series is set. My Mariners aren't in it. RIP the big dumper. But the scene was crazy in Toronto last night. We also had 2 Monday Night Football games to get through. TV Tuesday, I watched that new Netflix documentary everyone is talking about, The Perfect Neighbor. We'll catch up on what we are watching. It is a Tuesday. You know what we say.
You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
The boy is mine.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Playing in front of these fans is going to be the best feeling in the world.
I'm super excited to play in front of them.
Let's go, let's go.
They give us a lot of energy, show us a lot of love.
You know, I always say get tickets, but there are 6 men and we need them more than ever.
We're proud of it. Different energies, Memphis energy.
I love playing in front of the Memphis fans. They're rowdy, they're loud.
We all are one. We all are Memphis.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Just walking through FedEx Forum, what's that been like for you?
To be back here knowing that this is going to help St. Jude, it's going to recognize Fred Smith.
Yeah.
Come on now, what he did as an individual. It's going to highlight the city and that what this great place is. There's not many cities like Memphis.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The countdown to the 2025-2026 Grizzlies season is on, and our 10-game packs are the ticket to your ultimate fan experience. Whether you want to see the big names or just cheer on your team on the weekend, you can save money on a ticket pack that fits you. Choose from 4 different pack varieties or stack multiple packs to make sure you don't miss any marquee matchup or electric atmosphere this season. Visit Grizzlies.com packs to get your ticket pack today.
The second annual Hoops for St. Jude Tip-Off Classic is on Monday, October 27th at FedEx Forum. Don't miss Memphis women's basketball as they take on the Vanderbilt Commodores, or the long-awaited return of former Memphis head coach John Calipari when his Arkansas Razorbacks face the University of Memphis Tigers in charity exhibitions to benefit St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com, or you can get them at the FedEx Forum box office.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own the day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, let's have a little fun now. I wanna let it all out. That's what it's all about. Cause I deserve this feeling, having my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's up, everybody? A very happy Tuesday, October 21st, because it's the first day of the NBA regular season. The NBA's 80th season tips off tonight. We get 2 games on night 1, Thunder Rockets and Warriors Lakers. We will get to see the new Jumbo Rockets lineup with our very own eyeballs. That was the hot story yesterday. Oh yeah, it's Amen Thompson, it's Kevin Durant, it's Jabari Smith, it's Alperen Şengün, it's Steven Adams. 6'7", 6'11", 6'11", 6'11", 6'11". Did this move you, CJ? Were you like, dang, you know what? I didn't think I was ready for the NBA season to start, but then I saw what the Houston Rockets starting lineup looks like, and I was like, yes, I am seated.
No, it didn't move me at all.
Oh, that's
like,
too bad.
how's that going to work? I look forward to seeing if it works and what it working could potentially look like. But I'm
space for Kevin Durant.
Why would there be space for Kevin? Throw that back up there. Thompson can't shoot, so he's not going to space anything. I don't know if we remember this or not. Steven Adams also can't shoot. So again, so you've got all that linked on defense, which is fine, but it's not like Kevin Durant or Jabari or Şengün, for that matter, known for being particularly fleet of foot defensively on the perimeter. So, like, how is this going to work? If your plan is to just be long and be in the way,
sounds like a plan.
That works on some level. In some levels, I'm not sure if it's going to work on this level with all of these skilled ball handlers and things of that nature, dudes who are going to be able to break that down and go buy whatever that is and get whatever shots that they may want. But yeah, it's interesting. It did harken me back to that All-Star game, though. The one where Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan, who was the 4th dude in that, who was all over like 6'10". It was those 3. It wasn't Shaq, because Shaq was upset. Shaq wanted to be in there to run the point for that lineup. But it was at a moment in time when dudes who were big and tall were told, get your big ass on the block and stand there. You had 4 dudes, 3 of them in Duncan, Nowitzki, and Garnett, who were tremendous floor spacers for their era, and Kevin Garnett was still a ball handler at the time as well. And it was, hey, can you believe that this is what the game is? The game is changing right before our very eyes. And now look, maybe 15, 20 years after that lineup exists now.
Do you remember the big ball lineup from the bubble?
No.
When the Nuggets rolled with, it was I just remember Bol was in it, and it was like point Bol. It was Jokic. It was Jeremy Grant, Bol, one of the Plumlee. I think Mason Plumlee. And I can't remember who the fifth was. But it was a wildly large lineup.
Oh, wow.
And now we have another wildly large lineup on NBC. One of the big stories of the season will be the new broadcasting partners for the NBA. So we will get to hear, I hope, fingers crossed, a lot of round ball rock tonight for the 2 games this evening. Grizzlies season starts tomorrow, so no opening night action for the Grizzlies, but they will have their home opener tomorrow in Memphis. And this is your reminder to get your tickets, where it's going to be an awesome night. You have the Good Hippie shirt giveaway, first 5,000 fans getting that awesome shirt that he designed. Moneybag Yo is going to be there to bring the team out. They announced yesterday that the halftime show is going to be Shinedown and Carla Thomas, Stax legend, daughter of Rufus Thomas. Al Capone will be there performing throughout the night, so it's going to be an awesome environment. And we got the very, 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 very good news that Ja Morant is expected to play on opening night for the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies went the route of good news first yesterday, bad news second. So we will also follow their lead and go good news first, bad news second, even though that goes against my natural instinct to do the bad news first and the good news second. So you're left with the good news. But
they sandwiched it. We talked about this. They sandwiched it, right?
They did Oreo sandwich it.
If you have bad, good, you always go bad, then good. But if you have bad, bad, good,
you go bad, good, bad.
You sandwich it in there. Because if you go bad, bad, then good, the good loses some of the
fair. The sandwich was Scottie Pippen Jr. bad over the weekend. Ja Morant, good. Tomas Islo spoke after practice yesterday morning and said that Ja Morant is expected to play opening night after missing the entirety of the Grizzlies preseason with an ankle sprain. That means that Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. will both be available to play on opening night, and that is something we have not seen since 2021. The Grizzlies have not started a season with Ja and Jaren both playing since 2021. Last year, Jaren had the hamstring thing to start the season. The year before that was Ja Morant's suspension, and the year before that, Jaren had a foot injury that he was out with to start the season. So it has been since 2021 that we got to see those two play, and I went back and looked at what that opening night matchup was in 2021. The Grizzlies beat the Cavs 132-121. Ja Morant had 37 points, and Jaren Jackson Jr. had 13.6 rebounds and 4 blocks. And that is representative of what the Grizzlies have been when both of those guys are available to play, and that is that they win a lot of basketball games when Ja and Jaren are available. And we obviously are left in a tough spot injury-wise for the Grizzlies yet again. But the 2 most important players for the Memphis Grizzlies are both available come opening night. And that is good news to be celebrated. That is the crux of this Grizzlies season, rests on how many games Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. will both play, but specifically how many they will play together. That elevates the ceiling of this team tremendously. Now, the bad news that CJ would put as the opposite side of the cookie, I would put like a broccoli airplane coming out of the sky to hit you in the face with one more reminder of this team's tough luck with injuries over the last few years. Ty Jerome, as expected, we got the Grizz PR update yesterday, and that update ended up being that he is out with a high-grade right calf strain, and he will be reevaluated in 4 weeks. Is it bad that I saw 4 weeks and was like, oh, that's not as bad as it could have been? Like, that's where we're at. Like, at least it's only a little over a month.
But it's
Ty Jerome, and it comes off the Scottie Pippen Jr. And
it's the reevaluated.
I hate that word.
He's not back in 4 weeks. We'll look at him in 4 weeks and see, hey, how you feeling? He could be good to go. He could not be. We're hoping for the former, but it might be the latter.
Okay, so hear me out.
I'll listen. Oh wait, before you go, I think the fourth big.
I'm going nowhere.
I think the fourth big was Yao. I think the lineup was Duncan, Nowitzki, Garnett, and Yao. I think those 4 were all on the court at the same time, and the Rockets are basically trotting that out there. But go ahead. You got it.
Are any of them available for a couple weeks? Because
when you can come out of retirement, can't you?
Sure. Use the hardship waiver on somebody coming out of retirement.
Those 4 plus Shaq. Which one would you use the hardship on?
Dirk looks like he's still in pretty good shape.
You go Dirk.
Yeah, who would you go with?
I think I go KG, an anchor on the back half of the defense.
And he has some, experience with Jaren at this point.
Yeah, I think KG can rebound also. I know Dirk can't. At this age, I don't think Dirk Nowitzki can rebound. He can knock down some shots, though.
KG can probably still get some boards.
He will get rebounds.
The Grizzlies need shots, and the Grizzlies need boards, and the Grizzlies need
playmaking
bodies, because ultimately, and playmaking, a little bit of all of the above. They are now without Ty Jerome, without Scottie Pippen Jr., without Zach Edey, and without Brandon Clark to start the year. And that means the Memphis Grizzlies are your lucky recipients of being the first team that will be eligible to use a hardship waiver this season. The season hasn't even started, and the Memphis Grizzlies are already a part of a tweet from Bobby Marks, and he said disabled player exception. I'm fairly sure that he meant the hardship exception. But ultimately, once the Grizzlies have 4 players miss the first 3 games of the season, or it's 3 consecutive regular season games, that 10-day exception will be granted. So that means when the Grizzlies are traveling to Golden State to play the Warriors next Monday, we will be talking about which player they ended up going out and getting. Was it a playmaker? Was it a big? They have options. What do you think is the most important need for the Grizzlies as we sit here on the day before the home opener? Jacob's in my ear saying Ben Simmons can do both. We have reached another season of Grizzlies basketball.
I mean, Ben Simmons, Bobo, like...
Heard a lot of Charles Bassey talk over the last few days. I'm pro Precious Achua. Bring our man home. Bring him back to Memphis. It's a place he's familiar with.
You got to get both. Like
Sure, I think you only get one on the hardship, and then you have a full roster. So anything else would require the waiving of someone. And
you need. And listen, Jacob brought up Ben Simmons. I kind of joked about Bobo, but you brought it up. He was running the point, Bobo. Ben Simmons does give you a bit of both. So I think that Ben Simmons would be my top pick if I was out here in this predicament. Because it's Ja Morant steps off of that court. Who's going to create and get easy shots? Okay. Who's rebounding?
John Conchar. I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay. Like
I'm trying my best.
And so are they. I want to be clear. So are they. This is not on anybody. This is just for whatever reason the basketball gods have decided to hate Memphis as far as injuries go. 2 of the past 3 seasons? I guess if you want to throw in last season with how it ended, even though the trajectory of the team when everybody was playing towards the end of the season wasn't going up, it was going down. But even still, so you could say if you wanted to, and I wouldn't oppose it. The past 3 seasons, and this one hadn't even gotten started yet, but the past 3 seasons have been the injury luck from hell. Going back to last year with how that season started, with Gigi and Vince suffering injuries, working out and conditioning. You add to it losing Jalen Wells, the way you lost him. Ja Morant goes down in game 3 against the Thunder. Ja didn't play a whole lot. Jaren didn't play a whole lot. Those who didn't play, Jaren did, take that back. Those who didn't play a whole lot together last year. And then the year before that, everybody on the damn team was injured. So yeah, it's tough being a Grizzlies fan, man. Y'all stay prayed up. And if you've got any ace bandages or crutches or one of those little
Etsy witches,
scooter things, Etsy witches,
although the
Temu
Etsy witch didn't work for the Mariners, so maybe we have to abandon that at this point.
Go to the Temu witch then. Just
Temu witch, Sheen witch.
Where are the people at Voodoo Village?
What's Giselle doing?
Can we get Voodoo Village, you guys, to come in here and do a little bit?
Yeah, just
like
something. We tried the sage. The sage didn't work.
Yeah, because it was the wrong sage.
Oh, well, maybe we should try that again. Maybe that's the
Lang had like seasoning sage, I do believe.
No, that's not gonna. Do
we got to
it.
get, and maybe that's what it was. The basketball gods were mad because the sage that we used wasn't the right type. Maybe they're allergic to that sage. So we get the real sage, and we don't do it. Not only do we do it here in this studio, but we have to get onto the court to sage the court as well. And somebody please find that damn skull that's been lurking about in the pyramid so we can get that the hell up out of here as well.
I understand. I've seen a lot of frustration from fans, and I completely get it. Like, I can't sit here and say, you know what, you should be...
Frustrated at what, though?
Situational frustration.
Yeah,
it's epitome of situational frustration. And some people try to search for something or someone to blame, be it spirits or, the popular group that takes the brunt of complaints when this happens is, well, what's going on with the training staff? Ultimately, injuries happen in all sports. And I do think we get to a place where at times we conflate the luck, but perception is we talk about perception in this city all the time. Perception is everything, and the Grizzlies right now have a perception of being perennially injured, and that is happening yet again. But I will go back to, we'll do the bad, good, bad, back to the good cookie sandwich. So now we're putting some frosting on the outside to try to make this thing sing a little bit. The two players that everyone should be most concerned about this season, or concerned isn't the right word, because right now they're starting from a place of health, which is something that we have not seen since 2021. This entire season has always hinged on the availability of Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. They are entering the next phase of Grizzlies basketball where they are the big two. They are on the billboard. They are on the T-shirts. They are the franchise players for the Memphis Grizzlies. They moved on from Desmond Bane. The big three is done in Memphis. It is Ja and Jaren's show, and they are both available on opening night, and that is something to celebrate and come out and see, and we will see how the cards fall early in the season. Mike Wallace is going to join us on the other side. We'll get his take on how the Grizzlies should handle their current injury woes, what he is looking forward to from opening night. We'll get his take on some NBA predictions for the rest of the season. That's Mike Wallace after a quick break. Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can, only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Who's got the best trash talkers collegiately? Did anybody ever make you laugh?
Tennessee fans, they always like, yo, Zach Edey, bro. Like, they won't smoke because you cooked them.
No,
they don't. They don't. They think you foul all the time.
Yeah,
that's what they would say. Yeah.
40. That happened.
Was it 40 and 20? 40 and 20, man.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
You're the other white meat. How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other?
Well, you're half of it.
I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeff.m.com.
Welcome back. It is Tuesday. That means it's time to catch up with Grind City Media senior editor Mike Wallace. He joins us every Tuesday. He joins us now. Mike,
yes.
Happy NBA season.
Absolutely. I'm glad to be here. This is season number 10 in Memphis. You know what I mean? For me, it's season number 10 for Grind City Media. And, hey, what a way to get going. I guess we're getting old, but also we're getting better.
In comparison to your previous 9 seasons, how would you categorize the feel going into this season of Memphis Grizzlies basketball?
Great question, Jessica. I think it's more tempered than anything, right? You endure a preseason where you never really saw things come together because of injuries, because of absences and other issues. I don't think, Coach Tuomas Isolo was able to really install what he wanted to do and see how it is going to work out because Ja Morant never played a preseason game. Jaren Jackson Jr. missed the first 3, played the last 2. Those 2 were never on the court together. So the first time they'll be on the court together is Wednesday night for the season opener. And that's not a way you want to run into the season. You still got to figure those things out. So you got to be tempered. And then this latest rash of injury news. You went into the training camp knowing your front court was decimated by injuries, and you come out of the preseason with your backcourt depth now dealing with injuries. So it's a tough hand to be dealt, but at the end of the day, man, the games are here, and you got to go. You got 82 of them.
You were at practice yesterday.
Yeah.
We saw Jerome was on one of the anti-gravity treadmills, and that was before the Grizzlies PR notification came out with the calf strain and the 4-week reevaluation period. One would think it's good news that he's moving.
Yes.
And that he was doing something, although those anti-gravity treadmills take the bulk of the work out in a running
you
situation.
Speaking like you know
that.
something about
I've been
those
on
things.
I've been on a few anti-gravity. They're very fun. They're very fun coming off an injury because you're like, oh my God, thank goodness I'm moving again.
Absolutely.
Obviously, 4 weeks would be preferable as it pertains to Scottie Pippen Jr. We're talking months. And it could be many, many, many months. From your understanding, we saw Sham said 12 weeks. There was a injury analyst on Twitter who put out a study by the American Sports Medicine Journal where they had the average time of 4.6 months, which, bottom line, mid to late February would be the earliest that you see from Scottie Pippen Jr. So given that information, we'll start at the guard position.
Okay. How
do the Grizzlies adapt as they start this season without 2 playmakers that they were going to rely heavily upon?
Well, one of the things that, front office, ESPN front office insider Bobby Marks put out yesterday on social media was that the Grizzlies now become the first team in the NBA to qualify for an injury player exception, right? And that's even before the season starts. So, but basically what that means is when you have multiple players, in this case 4, at least 4, who will be out, multiple games over the stretch of weeks, you can apply for an injured player exception. And the Grizzlies are exploring that. They will explore that. That's a benefit sort of to the burden of being injured. When you talk about Zach Edey, Brandon Clark, Scottie Pippen Jr., and now, obviously you add in Ty Jerome, that's 4 guys you might not see for the next at least month to 3 months. So how do you bring in guys now? The Grizzlies went into 2 seasons ago in this same situation, and they brought in Bismack Biyombo, right, to help in the front court. Who's out there in terms of names that could potentially come in? It's funny because all of this activity yesterday, I noticed on my social media account, I'm starting to get some Meshachs, refollowing me now, right? So Meshach, obviously, Jahmai was the 2nd-round draft pick, last pick of the draft, who hasn't been part of the program since Summer League. So is he another guy in the break glass in case of emergency? Spencer Dinwiddie was just released by the Charlotte Hornets. We saw that the day after the Grizzlies played them. Precious Achiuwa got released by the Miami Heat. So you have some names of some proven commodities that are out there that might be able to be picked up in this case. And if you're the Grizzlies, you don't want to tinker too much, but you do have to bolster that depth because otherwise what you have on hand right now, it goes from Ja Morant to Javon, Small really, really quickly in that backcourt. It goes from, Santi Aldama and Jaren Jackson Jr. to PJ Hall really, really quickly in that front court. So those are some things that have to be addressed as they move into this season.
If there was one positive of
Yeah.
the preseason, especially as we got to the last 2 games, Javon Small would be the player
Absolutely.
that stands out. And I don't want to make light of his performance in the preseason because that was important and it built off of some impressive moments from Summer League from Javon Small too. However, we have seen in many cases a player looks really good in the preseason and then the regular season is a completely different beast. So to go from, like you said, relying on someone who's a 6-man candidate of the year in Ty Jerome, someone who really carved their place here in Scottie Pippen Jr., to a 2nd-round pick being your backup point guard on opening night, that is a potentially big drop-off. But what impressed you most about Javon Small's game and how it could immediately translate into something usable for the Grizzlies early? I do go back to Media Day here at FedEx Forum and Zach Kleiman in his opening statement talking about the depth of ball handlers on this team. And he went out of his way to mention Javon Small included in that group.
Yes, absolutely. And that was a priority. They wanted to bolster their wing length and sort of defensive acumen. And then they also wanted to get secondary playmakers. So that's why they went into the draft and prioritized guards, right? They went into free agency and prioritized Ty Jerome and those kind of guys. And then you build on that with Scottie Pippen Jr. coming back. You still have to figure out where Vince Williams Jr. is. And right now he's dealing with a heel injury that kind of removes him from the mix or has him questionable at least. But what I've seen from Javon is this, man. He comes in and he knows how to run the offense. He's organized. The most impressive thing I saw was that he went from, in Greensboro playing against the Hornets, he had 18 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, and he had 4 turnovers in that game, right? The very next time out, 2 nights later, he played against Miami, right? And he had double figures in scoring, 5 assists, 0 turnovers. And to have 0 turnovers as a rookie going up against a frontline starting rotation, I mean, that says something. He's limiting mistakes, and I put this in my piece on Grind City Media, which is up right now in terms of our roster evaluation going into opening night. No player improved more from the opening day of training camp to the final game of the preseason than Javon Small. And that's inclusive of everybody that was on the roster.
Quick learner. That's one of my biggest takeaways from summer to training camp to preseason. He learns quickly. His confidence grows quickly. And those are 2 things that you can't teach. That's just based on the player himself. So it does put Javon in a good position.
And he's done it. And, as much as we say the preseason doesn't count, it is meaningful.
Right.
And what I'm saying by that is that he didn't do this just up against 2nd and 3rd string guys.
Yes.
Which, we saw Cedric Coward get better as games progressed as he was going against lesser competition in the rotations in those games, right? That's why his 4th quarters were phenomenal and his first 3 quarters were, kind of erratic. But Javon was going up against just in the, again, his first game, preseason game, he missed the first one, came back against Boston. He got out there against Derek White. The second preseason game was against Trae Young. You know what I mean? And then 3rd preseason game was against Ball, right? You know what I mean? Melo Ball. So he's going up against guys that have done this, have won championships, are all-star caliber players, and he never backed down and he held his own.
Your 8-man Grizzlies rotation opening night, even though I would expect that it will go deeper than 8 because it will continue to be a trial period for a lot of these guys. But my husband asked me this on my way out the door this morning.
Okay.
I want to hear your answer.
All right, your starters with injuries factored in, right? Your starters, Ja Morant, obviously Kenny Caldwell-Pope, Jalen Wells, Jaren Jackson Jr., Jock Landale, right? Your next set coming immediately off the bench will be Cedric Coward, Santi Aldama, and then that 3rd guy will probably be Javon Small, because you're going to need that secondary ball handler. We'll see if Vince Williams Jr. and John Conchar will be used in that situation, but those guys are there for plug and play as well. Gigi is on that he's on that that 3rd layer, right? I think, honestly, as much as Gigi was impressive in that last preseason game, in that last 4th quarter, I think Isolo is leaning more towards trying to use, Omax as an energy boost, because I think that's the kind of guy that you could say, look, you guys aren't playing the way we need you to play. We need faster pace. We need this. Omax, go out there and do your thing. He's going to be the Energizer Bunny for this. Remember, we used to talk about the Bounce Brothers, the Boost Brothers, the Boost Brothers, and now we have this energy guy that's going to be thrown in.
Brandon Clark.
Yes, that's going to be thrown in and change the sort of the pace of the game.
Interesting. As it pertains to Cedric Coward, because what stands out, I came up with the same 8.
Okay.
Although with
Who was your 8? Because I know we got the first 7.
They need someone to get rebounds.
All right, so
early on in the season, I think there's
your first 3 off the bench will be what?
would be Santi Aldama, Cedric Coward. I went 9. I cheated. I said Javon because you have to. Because who else is?
Yeah.
I get that they've tried to make Jalen Wells more of a playmaker. We saw the exact same thing with Desmond Bane. I want Jalen Wells to be Jalen Wells once we get into the regular season. I want him to be able to take on the #1 defensive assignment and not have to sit there worrying. I want him to make threes and not have to worry about running the offense.
I agree.
They might go to him out of necessity.
Right.
But that's where Javon Small sneaks his way in by absolute force because it is your only other true point guard
Desperation
option.
right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I went Cedric Coward and John Conchar from a rebounding standpoint. And listen, that can fall on perhaps Omax is someone who goes in, gets boards early, and then you're able to fall on his athleticism. I love what he brings when he's in the game.
Yeah.
Maybe Jock Landale takes further steps forward as a rebounder. But that's where, even when we go back to the question of who the Grizzlies should use this hardship exemption on once they get it, do you focus on a playmaker? Because like the best player available is probably Spencer Dinwiddie. But you really still have to look at the fact that this team can't rebound.
Right. And that's been
so
a
from
consistent,
a necessity standpoint, perhaps you target that.
I've felt that way all along. I felt that way, even before Jaren Jackson Jr. came back 2 weeks ahead of the timeline.
Right.
I felt that way even with Jaren and Edie healthy. You still need another guy that's going to come in and just eat rebounds. Jock Landale is a phenomenal physical screen setter. He's added the three-point shot to his game.
Been really impressed.
He shot 58% from threes in the preseason, and that wasn't even part of his arsenal when he started with the Grizzlies.
That might have been the weirdest stat from the preseason.
Yes, absolutely.
Not weirdest is
no. In terms of surprising. Right. So I felt that way too. But no, you're right. John Conchar, and I mentioned him as well as I go through my roster here, is I say, listen, man, probably no one has more trust in terms of a break glass in case of emergency situation.
He's a proven break glass commodity.
Absolutely. And he'll give you everything. He won't complain. He just delivers. And that's what he does no matter what role. You talk about rebounding, but he can also be a secondary ball handler. He just plays every position, and he goes out there and does it with the same kind of professionalism.
Peak, low ceiling, high floor when you talk about players in that sense. I did want to ask you about Cedric Coward because, like you mentioned, as games went on, we would see these flashes of Cedric Coward improving game by game. There is going to be greater reliance on Cedric Coward early than previously anticipated. What did you see in the preseason that gives you a glimmer of, we'll call it hope, on the day before the season, that he could step into a bigger role and allow this team to not have such a detrimental drop-off based off injuries?
A lot of these guys, when they come into the league, and I've been covering the NBA now for 20, 25 years, and you see guys, whether they are one-and-doneers, straight from high schools, which was still out when I first got into the league, and then even guys that came in with experience, very few of them are aware of their shortcomings to the point where they can self-reflect right in the moment and know that, hey, I'm good at this, I'm not really good at this, and I need to do better. I think Cedric Coward's ability to analyze himself openly and honestly and objectively, and then go out and try to apply that the next time out is something that puts him ahead of the maturity curve. I saw this in Jalen Wells last year. I told Jalen 2 weeks into the season, man, you're one of the probably top 5 most mature rookies I've ever been around. And I see that in Coward as well, too. He has the physical gifts. The defense is there. The instincts are all there. The offensive rhythm still has to come. And he's harder on himself than anyone when it comes to that. And he knows I haven't played but 6 games last year, and that was with Washington State that went from power forward to a non-power. And so the competition level is completely different. You can't just assume you're going to step in and do your thing in the NBA. And for him to say that and understand it and then chart a program that allows him to get better, take criticism, and then show up the next day, that's what encourages me about what his development is going to be.
We'll see the Grizzlies tomorrow, Grizzlies-Pelicans. Ja versus Zion.
Yes.
We haven't had a lot of opportunities to see that. I went in the first segment talking about we haven't seen Ja and Jaren on opening night since 2021.
You know what? That's a great. I never really realized that. Is that true? That's a true stat?
Shout out to who tweeted that yesterday? I think it was our old friend with
I guess you're
Memphis Radio, Bryson Wright.
So when you talk about, I guess,
because it was
injury,
Jaren's hamstring last year.
Yep,
the
hamstring
suspension
last
the year before, and the foot the year before that.
The foot, yeah. And they alternated. It's funny how that alternated.
Yes.
Jaren, Jaren, and then you go back,
And that's where I truly hate that injuries have become the overwhelming story going into this Grizzlies season. And I know it has put a lot of people in the brain space of, I'm having a difficult time getting excited for opening
Okay.
night when John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. are both available opening night. Like if you had said going in the middle of the offseason, a genie comes from the sky and grants you 3 wishes. Number 1 would be, I want to see John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. opening night for the Grizzlies. I meant in relation to Grizzlies basketball.
Genie, you find a magic lamp.
I meant in relation.
And you rub the
I'm that
lamp.
dedicated. Yeah.
Your first wish, not to be filthy, sinking rich, not to end world
No, it was
hunger.
for John Jaren. I'm here
not
for the
to
city.
end fighting
I'm
across
trying
the
to.
globe.
I'm trying
your
to.
one wish,
give
your
the city
first
something
wish.
nice. Yeah. Yep. That's
Finding
the
the
one.
lamp.
Yeah.
Is John Jaren healthy opening night?
Yeah.
Not for the rest of their career.
For the M.
Just the opening night.
For the whole season.
Do you
But it starts if you're going to play 82, you got to play game 1.
play the
You
game
throw
one.
up then when you
throw
do
up
it?
the M.
Okay.
And then South Memphis hype man's in the back. Shot me down. And we're all having a good time. But it is a fascinating thing that is now played out because that is something that should elicit a lot of excitement in the city. And instead it is marred by, oh, everyone's hurt again. This is the worst. This is how it always is.
Well, all of those things can be true, right? And I'm not here to tell fans what they should feel and what they don't feel. It's an individual thing. Like, fans can support a team in many different ways, right? Not everybody can make it down to FedEx Forum, although I really want to see that building full. I really believe it should be full on opening night and opening week, right? But at the end of the day, you know, these guys have to go out and put the product on the floor that is selling to fans, that is endearing to fans, and it is going to foster engagement. And that onus now, with the season being here, that onus now is on this roster, on this team, on this franchise to say, hey, we're going to put a product out on the floor that's going to be competitive, that's going to work hard, and that's going to warrant you being in the building and supporting this team in a number of different ways. But these fans got to do their part too. Our fans.
Our fans.
Yes.
We get Rockets Thunder tonight.
Yes.
Followed by Lakers Warriors. At
LeBron,
9
the
p.m.
LeBron-less Lakers.
Right, but the Steph-fueled, in my
Warriors.
household, we'll be watching
Yes,
Warriors
yes,
Lakers
yes.
at 9 o'clock, both on NBC. Chris actually sent me a great stat from our old friend Funaki Stats,
Yes,
our good old
yes.
Steven Adams
Yes.
superfan stat guy.
Uh-huh.
He said the Rockets starters on opening night have more combined career starts for Oklahoma City than Oklahoma City's starting lineup this year.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's a weird dynamic stat,
That's
though.
insane.
And
it's because of KD and Steven.
It's KD and Steven and...
That's it, because it's Amen, Jabari, and Şengün.
So just those two guys.
So it's those two
Yeah.
have more combined starts
than everybody in
than
Oklahoma City.
the Thunder's opening lineup.
Yeah. And that's a defending champion opening
And that's
lineup,
your
right?
defending champion.
Is there starting 5 available?
I believe so. It's
Oklahoma City's?
SGA,
Uh-huh.
Jalen,
Yep.
Chet Holmgren,
Uh-huh.
Lou Dort, and Isaiah Hartenstein.
That's it. That's it.
I always bring you a list because they're always pumping more lists into my
There you go.
inbox.
Into your life.
And,
I got you.
Yahoo Sports had the starting fives ranked. Can you assume who the number 1 starting 5 is?
I would assume, based on injuries included, right?
Injuries,
So
yes.
Houston's would not include Van Vliet.
Correct.
Right. Oh, then yeah. If I'm gonna assume starting 5s, Oklahoma City's got to be 1, right?
Oklahoma City's 1.
I would say Denver's got to be top 5.
They're 2.
See, that's it.
Jokic, Murray, Gordon,
Yep,
Cam
yep.
Johnson, and Christian Brown.
Yep.
And then Knicks 3. Brunson, Cat, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Mitchell Robinson. Cavs 4. Magic 5.
The Magic. You know what? I heard this, and it was the Miami Heat. Broadcasters in front office kind of snickering a little bit. Desmond Bane hadn't had a great preseason.
No.
He was shooting like 18% from three-point range and really not factoring in, and it was kind of like, uh-oh, kind of situation. Now, it's the preseason. It's the preseason, but they have played their regulars throughout the preseason, and it just hasn't clicked yet. So what I'm already hearing is that this is going to be basically a make-or-break year for Jamal Mosley as the coach. And if he can't get this right to get this young group over the hump, they've already committed money-wise. They've already committed with the big trade. Orlando is considered a top 5 threat in the East. They better make it. They better do it.
They're a lot of people's dark horse out of the East.
Yeah.
Timberwolves 6. Warriors 7. Lakers 8. Rockets 9. Spurs 10.
Rockets 9, Spurs 10. Okay.
So
that makes
of
sense.
the top 10.
That makes sense.
7 are from the Western Conference.
Yep.
Typical.
We knew it.
Nothing new
We knew
there.
it.
They have the Grizzlies at 18.
As the 18th best starting lineup?
best starting 5. And they don't have it extended out. They only have the written 1 through 10.
Yeah.
So I don't know who their anticipated
I got
starting
you.
lineup.
I got you.
But I would
got you.
assume that they're going off of the basis of Ja,
See,
Jalen,
that's
Kenny,
pretty low.
Jaren, and
That's pretty low. Like if you're gonna assume health, and again, if the Rockets don't include Van Vliet,
right,
then it's how are you? I got to make sure all those starting fives
Right.
are the same, right? For the same
Yes.
characteristics. But if you're talking about a starting five with Memphis that is Ja, Kenny
they're
Caldwell
doing it
Pope,
as they have it listed as Ja, Kenny, Jalen, Jaren, Zach.
that's better than the 18th starting five in the
Mhm.
league. That's better than the 8. I'm sorry. That starting five is better than 18th
They have
best.
them behind the Raptors and ahead of the Sixers.
Yeah. Well, that list, man, it
It's
it fell off the
disrespect
table
season.
quickly.
One more disrespect season.
It fell off quickly.
Before we get it started, who's your pick in the West before we let you go as we sit here on the early morning of day one?
If you take, I'm really big on Denver. I really think that
I
they're
am
coming
too.
for it now. But
The depth,
Oklahoma
giving
City
a backup center to Jokic.
Yeah.
He continues to be the best player in the world. I get it.
Yeah.
You respect the team that just won.
Mhm.
We saw it happen.
Mhm.
I have been reminded as I've started diving into the Starting Five series
Mhm.
on Netflix. It is a critical reminder of what could have been had Tyrese Halliburton not torn his Achilles, and we'll never know. That's how sports operate. And
Yeah.
so the Thunder were the best team in the NBA all
Yeah.
season. They won
Yeah.
the championship at the end of it. But I really like this Nuggets team and what
I
they
do
built
too.
this year.
I would pick Oklahoma City, but I think the Nuggets are the clearest threat to Oklahoma City, assuming health for both
Mhm.
rosters, that can get it done. That's going to be a fascinating way to finish out in the finals. And in the East, man, it's Cleveland's turn.
Yeah.
I guess it's the Knicks. But if I had to pick another team that could disrupt that, my dark horse. I know you said Orlando was a lot of people's, but my dark horse in the East, man, I still say Atlanta. Atlanta is scary good if they can stay healthy and maybe add one more big in there and Porzingis can stay
agree.
healthy. That's a team that you don't really want to see because of their versatility and their scoring.
Both the Hawks and the Pistons who came through
Yeah,
during the
yeah,
preseason
yeah.
put little pins in after watching them in those games. I mean, we saw Trae Young playing defense in the preseason. Like, that's a wild place to come from, you know?
They actually look good despite him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the
Yes.
issue. So if you can, and there's trade rumors around him as well too. I don't know what they're going to do with that, but they're a team that's positioned to really, and they got to the Eastern Conference Finals a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
So, we'll see. It's going to be intriguing.
I'm going to put you on the spot with one
Yeah.
last question before I let you go.
Mm-hmm.
Your spiciest prediction for the Grizzlies this season is what?
Spiciest prediction for the Grizzlies this season is, just to throw it out there,
Okay.
I think there's going to be a major trade this season.
Okay.
Major trade this season, and a trade that either shakes this team up and allows it to rebuild around these young guys, or sacrifices one of these top-tier young guys and goes all in to make sure Jaren and Ja have everything they need to go and push forward to the playoffs. So one way or another, right now they're going along two paths. I've written about this. I've talked about this. They're equally aligned entering this season with young prospects that are intriguing and two clear franchise guys. At some point this season, they're going to have to pick one of those paths, and I think that's going to happen this year.
Intriguing, Mike.
Yeah,
Dun, dun,
yeah.
dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
I'm not
dun,
gonna go
dun, dun,
Windhorse, my guy, my former colleague, and my buddy Windhorse. I'm
putting
not
the
gonna go
hands in the
that.
air.
But I will say I think that's what they're intentionally set up for, and there's gonna have to be a definitive decision at some point.
We will see how it all plays out. Grizzlies Pelicans tomorrow. NBA season starts tonight. Mike, you can find his latest up at grindcitymedia.com. We will take a quick break. We will come back. It was a busy night in sports last night. A game 7 in the ALCS. 2 Monday night football games. Saw a former Memphis Tiger pop up on my screen making a huge play. That was fun. We'll get into all that plus TV Tuesday after a quick break.
The boys' mind.
You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
The boy is mine.
Let's go, Grizz! Let's go! Oh, John Morant just broke the rim with that finish.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Just walking through FedEx Forum, what's that been like for you?
To be back here knowing that this is going to help St. Jude, it's going to recognize Fred Smith. Yeah. Come on now. What he did as an individual. It's going to highlight the city and that what this great place is. There's not many cities like Memphis.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Grizz Nation, it's almost go time for the 2025-2026 Grizzly season. There's no better way to tip off the season than the 3-game mini pack with 3 of the biggest matchups of the first 3 weeks of the season. Lock in your seats for opening night against the Pelicans, Halloween versus Luka, LeBron, and the Lakers, and Cooper Flagg's first trip to Memphis with the Mavericks. Visit grizzlies.com/packs to secure your pack today.
The second annual Hoops for St. Jude Tip-Off Classic is on Monday, October 27th at FedEx Forum. Don't miss Memphis women's basketball as they take on the Vanderbilt Commodores or the long-awaited return of former Memphis head coach John Calipari when his Arkansas Razorbacks face the University of Memphis Tigers in charity exhibitions to benefit St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com or you can get them at the FedEx Forum box office.
Oh my goodness!
Look who it is.
Zach Edey.
Hey, look at it's like the cell phone bars, bro. Give us that shot again. Give us the shot. Give us the wide shot again. Zoom out on that shot again, bro.
We're the cell phone bar. We're the cell phone bar.
We here, baby.
I like it.
We here.
I like it.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Welcome back. CJ, what's your spiciest Grizzlies take? I'm putting you on the spot.
You shouldn't have done that.
Oh, do I have regrets?
Yeah.
But I thought you came back from vacation optimistic and
I'm still
seeing the sunny side of the street.
I'm still correct. All right. I'm still right.
Oh.
I'm still the most right. Some would say the furthest right person up here.
Some would say.
Lottery, here we come.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Yeah. I don't know why you asked me that. Like we hadn't been talking about this team since September.
Oh, no.
You weren't supposed to put me on the spot like that. Come on.
This is what happens when you have a show where you talk. Eventually, your true feelings have to come out.
They do. I hope it doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't believe in a supporting cast that hadn't shown me a whole lot in the previous years. I think if we're still talking about, hey, he's still young. Hey, he can still do some things. Maybe he can become this. That tells me that you're more interested in developing something in somebody that may or may not be there. And I think it's going to be real hard for you to win games if that's what you're doing. John Jaren, great. Player like 10 through 15 compared to other teams 10 through 15, great. That 3 through 9?
TBD.
I don't think it's good. I don't. So like if you compare the take John Jaren, you do this with, but you're gonna do it with everybody, all 30 teams. Take the 2 best players, put them over to the side. Now talk to me about this rotation without these 2 best players. How deep are you going? Grizzlies 7 or 8, right? Compare player 3 to 7 with other teams 3 to 7, and then tell me where you think this all stacks up. And I don't think it stacks up favorably for the Grizzlies, unfortunately, this season, which it sucks. But like as long as John Jaren are healthy, they give themselves a shot and a chance. And all you need to do is get to the 10 seed and win 2 games, and you can get into the postseason. Right. I feel like they'll be fighting for that 10 seed most of the season, and then they might look around. And to Mike's earlier point, a major trade might pop off, and it might mean that they take a step back from a talent standpoint on the roster, and like they look around and say, all right, we don't want to be in the 10 seed. We end up into the lottery and try this build thing again. But been wrong about
perhaps you're looking at 2 lottery picks, Jerome and the Phoenix Suns next year, and it is supposed to be a generational draft. Listen, I, as the actual bright sider of this here
who
show.
said I was a bright sider?
You came back from your vacation
came back
yesterday.
and-
You
and
tried to tell me
spoke
the Memphis
truth.
Tigers football team still
Fine.
controls
Y'all
its
lost-
own destiny.
Y'all lost not
Still lost a
homecoming.
bad game to
y'all,
the
y'all
UAB.
lost game day and y'all wanted to jump off the daggum walking bridge.
Yeah, that's definitely all.
Like that's it. Like come on, you're all right.
I'm going with 2 words this season. My 2 words of the season are patience and potential. And when you smell like potential, it can either be good potential or it can be yikes potential. And I'm going to go with the good potential because I have no choice but to be who I truly am on the inside, which is an optimistic realist, but with like an optimism sun and a realist moon, and we meet somewhere in the middle. I'll go Cedric Coward. Again, being optimistic.
But this is supposed to be a spicy
take.
Okay.
Spicy take.
All right.
Gotta be spicy with it. Cedric Coward, top 2 finisher in Rookie of the Year voting. Because a lot of Rookie of the Year opportunity is based on just that, opportunity. Do you play a lot as a rookie? Are you relied upon as a rookie? And step right up, Cedric Coward, because you are more important today than you were 2 weeks ago. And we will see if he is ready to be on a fast track to helping this team win basketball games, or if it's going to take some time. And I understand that we saw a preseason that involved a lot of rust shaking off, but it will be determined by how quickly the rest of that rust shakes. And I'm hopeful that we could be staring down a year where midway through the season we're thinking, man, the Grizzlies made it through this period where their depth was hampered, injuries were a primary storyline. But you want to know who really shined? Cedric Coward. There's my spicy take. It's spicy.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
Good.
Did you watch Game 7 last night?
Of what?
Of the ALCS. I'm sorry, I forgot. We became a baseball show while you were gone. These
Okay.
are things I forgot to fill you in on.
How many innings did you watch?
Like 1 million. I watched all 17 of the 17 inning.
Have we updated the inning counter?
No, we don't even need it anymore because we're a legitimate baseball show.
Well, no, we need to
An
update it.
illegitimate baseball show would have an inning counter because that would show that watching innings is a rarity. But in this house, and as a asterisk diehard Seattle Mariners fan, last night was really tough.
Where's the asterisks coming from?
Diehard is a hyperbolic term.
Okay.
As a diehard Cal Raleigh fan.
Okay.
As a diehard Big Dumper fan. A fallen dumper.
Jessica, we know that you hop about from team to team.
Of course, and the Mariners are a legitimate team
one
of
the
which I have
teams, yes.
regularly hopped
Yankees,
into.
Mariners, Rockies.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Giants for my husband.
Giants. You
Never
married
the
into that?
Dodgers. Never the Dodgers.
Although Shohei.
Yeah, but we separate Shohei out from the Dodgers. Anyway.
How the hell did the Angels have that and Mike Trout and be as bad as they were? You spent money.
They're the Angels.
You spent money to get him.
There's your answer.
You spent money to keep Trout.
There's your answer.
And you just were like, okay, we're done spending money after we get these two. We're just gonna be bad.
Yeah. There was a conspiracy that, remember the dump here guy? The guy who was in the shirt? You were still there for that, right? When Cal Raleigh hit the home run right to him and he was able to get it. So some people came up that he was actually a time traveler. Yeah. There's been a lot of, not extraterrestrial, that's the wrong word, supernatural energy around this Mariners team. They had the Etsy witch. They have this time traveler who apparently came back to ensure, or people thought that he was coming back to watch the Mariners make it to the World Series. Like he's some super fan who wanted to have a front row seat and knew that Cal Raleigh was going to be on this tear. And Cal Raleigh had another home run last night. Like things were good for the Mariners. I was having a good time. We're bouncing between the Monday Night Football doubleheader and especially the first game between the Lions and the Bucks. And we're flipping back and forth between that and Game 7. And Cal Raleigh hits a home run, his 65th home run between the regular season and the postseason. Julio Rodriguez hits a home run. Like, the big guys are stepping up for the Mariners. Things are trending well. The Mariners are the team of destiny. And then the 7th inning comes. And even though the Mariners are 8 outs away from their first ever trip to the World Series, everything just collapsed. Like, it was a true Mariners collapse. Blue Jays taking advantage of full momentum shift. They had runners on second and third. Mariners relief pitcher Brian Wu gets pulled and replaced with Bizardo, who pitched the night before. And they put him in, and he's up against George Springer at the plate. And we got a Springer dinger. Listen to this crowd.
That's incredible. I bet that moment just chills.
I hated it from a Mariners standpoint, but yes.
But everybody
even
had
I have chills listening to that crowd respond to the George Springer 3-run homer, puts the Blue Jays on top. That was his 5th Game 7 of his playoff career. So why you would make that pitching change with someone who had just pitched in that moment, a little questionable as a, forever a big-time baseball fan here. That's what I was saying in the moment. That's what my dad was texting me in the moment. That place erupted. Blue Jays go on to win. They're in the World Series for the first time since 1993. They will face the Dodgers. We are all Blue Jays fans now. For the Mariners, they remain the only team to have never made a World Series. You are the one and only lonely team that's never made it. And that is just such a bummer. I know whoever won had to go face the big, bad, rich Dodgers, but I really wanted it to be the Mariners. And I was really sad. Cal Raleigh was crying in the locker room afterwards.
That's beautiful.
Tearing up in bed. Family group chat, depressed. Sad pictures everywhere. God. And that foregoes my season with the Mariners.
Oh.
Yeah, it's upsetting.
Next season.
It's okay. I turned my attention to football, although we do have a Sports Equinox next Monday.
I thought it.
I have it on my calendar.
I thought it was about time for one of those to pop off.
Next Monday.
What's the
Sports Equinox is when all the 4 professional. You know what? I actually don't like Sports Equinoxes anymore because we leave out the women.
Okay.
Because they always say it's like when all 4 we leave out soccer and we leave out the WNBA.
We go major sports.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
4 major sports leagues in the United States of America, the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, and the NHL all play on the same day.
Would it make you feel better to say MNBA?
Yeah, the MNBA. Thank you.
So there you go. So NHL, NFL, MLB, and the MNBA.
It is a great day. It is the Sports Equinox when all play, and that is next Monday.
Okay.
Have it circled on my calendar.
We'll probably get another one, won't we?
No, it's the only one this year.
Oh, so none of the World Series games are taking place on
just that Monday
on football days? That can't be. And listen, I count
we
all
only
of.
get one Sports Equinox.
I count all of football. Also, there's got to be a World Series game potentially on
They play
a Saturday or a Friday.
Okay, Game 7 if necessary.
Okay.
Game 7 if necessary. Saturday, November 1st.
Okay.
There is Friday, but there's no NFL on Friday.
But there's college.
But that doesn't count.
Well, I count it.
It's the 4 men's leagues.
Professional
men's leagues.
But we're paying college athletes now.
That's true.
So
they should count.
Just football. But either way it goes. Okay. Wonderful time of the year. All these sports
Wonderful
are back.
time. We did have a Monday night.
Do we need a period counter?
No, that's aggressive.
Okay. All right.
I don't want a period counter on the show.
Cause I might watch some hockey.
I know what you meant, but I heard that in a very different
Which way did you hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Monday Night Football doubleheader last night. Why do we have a 9 o'clock Central Time Monday Night Football game? I don't want to complain, but I want to complain. Why do we have a 9 p.m. Central Time Monday Night Football game, and especially one that includes the Houston Texans? So if you stayed up and watched Seahawks-Texans last night, good for you. You are a real one. I fell asleep. I watched Lions-Bucks earlier. Lions beat the Bucks 24-9.
Why can't we just stagger it? The Lions game started at a reasonable time. The Lions game went off at what, 6?
6:15.
6? Start the next
Premier
one.
football time.
Start the next one at 50, 6:50, 7, and keep it going. Yes. Most people
Not
have the
9.
Have the box. Certainly not 9. What are we trying to do over here? I understand that it's 7 o'clock over yonder way.
I don't care.
Or is it 6 o'clock over yonder way? No, it
No,
kicked
it's
off at
7
9.
o'clock. 9 our time, 7
9 our
o'clock
time,
their
7.
time.
So 10 Eastern?
Yeah.
No, man, come on.
Please. It's unnecessary.
Yeah, I agree. It's aggressive.
Lions-Bucks game, though. Story of the night for me was the Lions defense, which was down a lot of starters, multiple starters, down 5 of their 6 top defensive backs, and yet they go out and hold Tampa Bay to 9 points and 252 yards. Baker Mayfield completed just 56.5% of his passes last night. He threw 1 touchdown along with 1 interception.
At one point, Baker was, like 7 to 13 for 25 yards passing. They hadn't, it wasn't until the last possession of the first half that they got across midfield, and they only got across midfield because they started at the 45.
Mm-hmm.
Like that defense was stellar for the Lions last night.
The interception of Baker, which was courtesy of Arthur Millette, and they say Arthur Millette's name, and I just shoot up off the couch and go, Arthur Millette? Former Memphis Tiger Arthur Millette? Which I had the same experience watching Bryce Huff, who continues to have a nice NFL career playing for the Niners right now. He had a sack on Sunday, and I was like, Bryce Huff? Former Memphis Tiger Bryce Huff? So same thing with Arthur Millette, but I didn't know Arthur Millette was still playing in the league, honestly, and he has this awesome, just bobbled grab from Cade Otton last night, and it made me reflect on, okay, where's Arthur Millette been? Because he was here in the 2015-2016 Memphis football season. He had started his college career in the JUCO ranks, came here for his senior season, was one of the nicest players on that team, and he goes undrafted out of Memphis. He signed as an undrafted free agent with the Saints, and then you look through his resume, and he has just truly been a journeyman in the NFL for the last 10 years. He spent the year with the Saints. He ended up going to the Colts for a season, back to New Orleans, a year with the Jets, with the Steelers, with the Ravens. He ends up with the Texans. And sure enough, he got cut from the Texans in August. And he just signed with the Lions 12 days ago. He's 32 years old. He hadn't had a start since 2023. And he signed with the team 12 days ago. And he has that pick off Baker Mayfield. Like, it's Arthur Millette intercepting, top 3 MVP candidate in Baker Mayfield. It was such a cool moment. And quietly, Arthur Millette has carved out a long NFL career. Of all of these former Memphis Tigers playing in the league, and you'll see him spring up, and we always focus on, skill players and Tony Pollard still being, a primary running back and RB1 in Tennessee, and trying to think of the other, Kenny Gainwell, Calvin Austin. You had the very short career of like an Anthony Miller after his time in Chicago. He still has bounced around. I think he was on a practice squad last year with the Niners, maybe, when they were going through some of their injury problems. And you have Bryce Huff, but you have Arthur Millette, who's still playing nearly 10 years. So awesome to see him out there. It was a reminder, too, of the fluctuation of an NFL season. Like, every time we talk about MVP frontrunners, things happen. Inconsistencies happen, and people will be quick to point out, like, Baker Mayfield has had some really tough starts to the season. He's just put together magical game-winning drives, and last night that wasn't the case, and he looked fairly mortal. He also lost Mike Evans. That was a tough injury to watch happen. I was like, hated watching that.
Y'all know this isn't a leg, right?
No, because I don't think they did.
How can you not know
I know.
this?
I was yelling at my TV.
If you watched him, though, like, I watched him and saw that play. I was like, oh, here we go. I saw this in the movie. I see it all the time in real life. In the movie, they just did a great job of encapsulating what that is. But yeah, why are you still, how could you not know? He is motionless on that field, eyes closed. My man is asleep. Yes. How do you not realize like somebody in the booth, maybe the booth didn't realize it that far away, but one of the camera people, a director, somebody like, hey, get the camera off of him, dog. He is not alert. He's concussed. He's got knocked out.
Yes.
I
was like, they started pushing him up. I was like, whoa, before you move him, the training staff knows it's not his leg too, right? Like,
I'm assuming the training staff.
Chris goes, Jess, I think they know better than you. I go, okay. Sorry, I'm just worried about this man that I watched in an incredibly uncomfortable position as they zoomed in on him over and over and kept showing what they thought was an aggravation of his hamstring injury when it's clearly something related to this.
Also, would have held on to that ball had he not gotten knocked out, which would have been an incredible catch.
Yeah.
Mike Evans is just incredible. Yeah. Speedy recovery.
He broke his clavicle.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. Can I tell you something really embarrassing? you like my embarrassing stories? I was a tad dramatic as a tot.
Okay.
And anytime I got injured on the playground,
Yes.
my go-to would be, my clavicle! I think I broke my clavicle! Don't ask questions. I don't know. I learned the word clavicle, and I thought I was constantly breaking my clavicle. And
How old are you doing this?
like 3rd to 5th grade.
Oh, God.
Like falling off the monkey bars. My clavicle! Falling off the swings. Getting taken out. And
Did people eventually just step over you?
No, my friend, I'll never forget, because it's one of those embarrassing moments. She goes, Jess, if you broke your clavicle, I'm pretty sure you couldn't breathe and you couldn't talk.
No.
And now I don't think that's factual.
No, it's not
But
true.
it was so embarrassing in the moment, I never said it again. So when Mike Evans, they're like, broken clavicle, I'm like, oh, I used to break my clavicle once every blue moon on the playground. Anyway, it was tough. And I hate that he won't be able to achieve the endless streak that he had of 1,000-yard seasons.
Yeah, and it's, Baker looks mortal now because Baker's top offensive options are gone. All of them gone.
Yeah, because Buka's not right.
No. Bucky Irving, not there. Godwin, no.
Not there.
Evans now, no. Like, it's hard. Anybody who is down, I feel confident in saying this, their 4 best options as an offense, that quarterback is going to struggle some.
Yes.
With the exception of the big 3 or 4,
They'll
however
still
you want to do it.
Struggle.
Listen, I still expect Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Patrick Mahomes to do things.
Yes.
But everybody else, I don't expect to do anything down their 4 best offensive options.
As for the Lions, they have not lost back-to-back games in 3 years now. Jahmyr Gibbs was awesome.
They didn't even need Montgomery. Did Montgomery play?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Montgomery
every time I looked up, Gibbs was just gashing these
all
dudes.
over the place. That 78-yard touchdown from Jahmyr Gibbs, holy hell. He was so fast. He hit like 22 miles per hour, which I saw Next Gen Stats pointed out that it's the 3rd fastest speed by a ball carrier this season. He holds the top 2 from a running back standpoint, from a straight run. The number 1 was Jonathan Taylor off a catch this year. But both from a run are Jahmyr Gibbs, and then they had the amazing Spider-Man celebration afterwards, him and Amon-Ra St. Brown. The still shot of that is so cool.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, it was a little Spider-Man moment.
I was like, what the hell are they doing?
Spider-Man.
Okay. All right.
He like levitates in the air, Amon-Ra St. Brown. But anyway, Jahmyr Gibbs is awesome. He had 218 scrimmage yards, which is the most by a Lions player since Megatron. We talk about most fun players to watch in the league, who you brought up Christian McCaffrey yesterday from a non-quarterback who you can convince yourself should be an MVP candidate. I look at Christian, a Jahmyr Gibbs, a Jonathan Taylor has been lights out this season. Bijan, I know he had a terrible game against the Niners this weekend.
Terrible game.
For his standards.
One touchdown, I think. If he didn't
Did
get
he
100,
score a touchdown?
I think he scored a touchdown on bubble screen, if I remember correctly. Pretty sure he scored a touchdown.
I think you're right.
And he was close to 100 total
No, he didn't
yards.
score a touchdown.
Oh, he didn't?
No.
Close to 100.
Oh, wait, yes, he did. Yes, he did. I'm sorry.
I thought he had scored.
Yes.
Close to 100 total yards. I think he ended up with just under 50 rushing and just under 50 receiving in that contest. That's a bad game.
Yeah.
Let that sink in. We don't make dudes who do that a whole bunch.
But it's so fun to be in this place where we're talking about, like, most electric skill players. They're all running backs. They're all pass-catching backs for the most part. But between Gibbs, McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, Bijan Robinson, and it is Bijan. I don't know why we've gone back to saying Bijan. It's Bijan. He asked all weekend. Whoever was calling the Jets game kept calling him Tyrod Taylor. I'm like, I thought we went through this. He said his name's Tyrod. Respect the name, CJ. Really made me mad. If someone goes out of their way to say, hey, you know what? People have been pronouncing my name wrong all this time. Like, the least we can do.
The fact that Tyrod is still out here doing things is pretty impressive.
The fact that the Jets are in such dire straits that they need Tyrod to still be out here doing things.
Listen, we hadn't talked about commercials yet this season. One of my favorite commercials is the backup commercial.
Okay.
Like I love that concept.
Yes.
I was like, okay, 2 of these, like, okay, I'm kind of done. But when they called in Teddy Bridgewater to be the listener, I was like, oh, wait a second, this is great. When is Tyrod coming in? Because he's got to be in soon. He's got to be that. He's a great backup.
Yes.
Perennial backup. He'll be a backup in his 50s.
Yes.
Man.
Any other skill player I'm leaving out right now?
I mean, bunches of them, but.
No, I know, but in terms of, like, obviously you're always going to get, I just feel like the backs this year are in a realm of their own, entertainment factor, right? Electric factory-wise.
Because they aren't. I love, and I think we all love Darren Sproles, right?
Sure.
A pass-catching back.
Yes.
But they aren't. Darren Sproles wasn't going to hit the hole hard and run through people and over people. The 3 backs who you named, while they are great catching the ball out of the backfield, they're also tremendous runners with the football. And that we don't see a whole lot of that. LaDainian Tomlinson, I think Marshall Faulk had some of that, dudes who could catch the ball out of the backfield and then run through a hole with some authority. So whenever we see it, like it's noticeable. We perk up a bit. And I think that versatility, Alvin Kamara was good at this in his prime. I think that versatility is something that we enjoy watching from that position. Also, those guys look like they're having so much fun doing their job. And that's something else we enjoy seeing, people having fun doing their job, not just being great, but having fun as well. And they're neither of them, those 3 that you named, or 4, no, it's 3. Neither of those 3 that you named, is it 4? Gibbs, CMC, Taylor, who am I missing? Bajan. So it is 4. Those 4 that you named, none of them seem to be disrespectful with their fun, right? Cam Newton was fun. Cam Newton got a bit disrespectful at times, and that rubbed some people the wrong way. And these backs aren't rubbing people the wrong way. It's great.
He's just hitting Spider-Man celebration.
Just a Spider-Man celebration. Nothing wrong with Spider-Man.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. TV Tuesday, what we're watching. I watched the documentary that everybody is talking about, The Perfect Neighbor on Netflix. I'll tell you about it. We'll get into what we've been watching. Sabrina Carpenter on SNL, some other shows that have come back. That's after a quick break.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
The Grizzlies tip off their 25th season in Memphis Wednesday, October 22nd at 7 o'clock against the New Orleans Pelicans. Presented by Pinnacle Financial Partners. Arrive early as the first 5,000 fans in attendance will receive a Grizzlies 25th anniversary t-shirt designed by Good Hippie. Get your tickets at grizzlies.com/tickets today. Grizz Nation, turn up at FedEx Forum as the Grizzlies tip off their 25th season in Memphis with a 3-game homestand. To celebrate, fans can take advantage of tickets for as low as $25 for the first 3 games of the season against the Pelicans, Heat, and Pacers. But you'll want to hustle as inventory is limited. Visit grizzlies.com/tickets today.
For 12 points. Get to one leg. Okay. Little boy. Too little.
He might be on our team. That's nasty
work. You don't talk crazy.
That's nasty. You went too little. Oh,
we're pausing it. Now I'm talking to you guys.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
Just a ham. You're the other white meat. Ramsey, how can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other?
Well, you're half of it.
I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Welcome back. A little TV Tuesday before we get into the rest of our day. CJ, you have been on vacation. Have you watched anything?
No. Before I left, I think I had caught up on the Gen V.
Okay.
I need to finish. I'm one episode away from finishing Peacemaker this season. Abbott Elementary is back, so I'm caught up on Abbott.
Okay.
The Neighborhood started as well. So I need to watch the Neighborhood episode, and then I need to catch this week's episode of SNL. I hadn't seen it yet.
I've only watched clips from SNL.
Okay.
Sabrina Carpenter is amazing.
What is she on there?
She's the host and musical guest.
Okay.
She's everything. She is so electrifying as a performer. Like, everything she does is cheeky. Everything she does is just really engaging. I didn't watch the full episode. I've only watched the clips that have come across my timeline, but she makes me laugh, and I just find myself watching her. And I usually don't, especially if I'm not watching the episode, I cannot tell you the last time I watched a musical guest performance, but her performance where she's in like SNL undies dancing around her living room to Man-Child, or her bedroom to Man-Child, and she's singing into a hairbrush. And I cannot tell you how perfect that performance is from every girl to ever exist who has danced around their bedroom by themselves and sang a song, like hairbrush, microphone included. It was really fun. So I do want to go back and watch the full episode because I only watched the monologue and a couple of skits. There was a funny middle school grinding song that she did with Bo and Yang and the full group, of course. And anyway, I need to go back and watch that. I'm a few episodes behind on Gen V, but I'm making my way through. I like that they're incorporating more characters from The Boys into Gen V, and I'm very intrigued with what they're doing. I dedicated...
Wait, how do you feel about Gen V so far?
I think they were left in a position where they had to probably change the entire season because the cast member died, and he had
somebody died?
Yes. No, the kid. The one that they killed off on the show. The actor died in a motorcycle accident.
No, I did not know that. I did not know that.
So I feel like everything is a little wonky because of it. Understandably so. And sometimes I think the cast is a little off kilter, and I think it's probably because they're grieving their cast member.
I did not know somebody died. Okay.
Yeah. You know who I'm talking about, right?
The brother of the crazy super.
No.
Okay, which one?
No, the son of the
Homelander's son?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
The son of the guy who is now on staff and is being manipulated. The one who his powers.
The black one.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just say the black one?
I should have. That's on me.
Come on, man.
I guess he is. Well.
Okay,
the main girl is black.
Well, you could have said the black boy.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so
I'm on edge after the documentary I watched yesterday, which we'll get into.
Hold on, before we get there. Okay, so he died
in real
the
life.
Show at the facility.
Yes.
And we didn't see that.
We never saw it. That's
we never saw
yes.
that. But he actually died in real life. I missed that entirely.
And I have a feeling that the season was probably not written for him to die at the facility.
Got you.
So everything was kind of shifted around. It's so on the nose with some of the political commentary
we had this
now.
Conversation.
It's not escapism.
No.
It's like looking in a mirror, and it's harder than... I used to find it funny, and I'm finding it less funny.
There's nothing to chuckle about
anymore. Yeah. So anyway, that's my feelings on Gen V. Okay. But I'm committed because it's leading into the last season of The Boys, and I'm happy that it's the last season of The Boys because I love a show that has the awareness to end while it is still good. The Task finale was Sunday. I haven't had a chance to watch it. I will be watching it tonight. I heard it was good. Instead, I watched this documentary that all of a sudden my whole timeline was, you have to watch this documentary. This is one of the best documentaries I've ever seen. It had started to get some buzz maybe like a month or two ago, where it played at Sundance and started to get a lot of buzz. The name of it is The Perfect Neighbor. It was directed by Gita Ganber, and it was nominated for the Grand Jury Prize for U.S. Documentary at Sundance, and she won Best Director, or whatever the director prize is at Sundance for this documentary. And I remember the trailer came up on my TikTok, and I sent it to Chris, and I said, ooh, let's flag this as something that we want to watch when it comes out. And sure enough, like, the immediate response to it is everyone's saying it's one of the most heart-wrenching, horrific, thought-provoking things you'll ever watch on Netflix. And it was. Like, it's horrifying. I don't think everybody should watch it. I think it's a highly traumatic documentary to watch. It's entirely shot through body cam footage and police station footage. There's no outside camera work done. Every single shot is something that was obtained via body camera footage on police officers or conversations that happened inside the police station.
So do they not do the one-off interviews where
No.
somebody? Oh, wow,
No.
really?
The one-off interviews are done through police interviews.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how do they
Fascinating.
how do they set it up?
Really well edited.
Okay.
Really, really well edited. From that feels even gross to talk about it from a technical standpoint, but from a filmmaking technical standpoint, it is an incredibly impressive feat that they did. It tells the story of a neighborhood in Florida from a few years back where an old racist white lady gets mad at a bunch of kids who are playing in a field plot of land that's adjacent to her apartment.
I'm assuming
She
black
does not-
kids.
Actually,
Mix.
a lot of different kids.
Okay.
It's a pretty diverse neighborhood,
Okay.
but the ones that she seems particularly angry with are black kids.
Okay.
And she does not own the land that they are playing on, which is a point of contention for her. And the
She
landlord.
lives in an apartment.
So it's like an apartment. They're homes. They're duplexes.
Duplex. Okay, here we go.
But
I got you.
it's described as an apartment. But when you look at it, it's a neighborhood. Seems like a really cool neighborhood. Like, the kids all play with each other. The parents are all looking out for everyone's kids. It feels like a perfect community, right? Like, and the kids are just out there having fun. But this lady starts incessantly, over the course of years, calling the cops on these kids over and over and over again for disturbances. And so there's, endless footage of the police showing up, talking to her, talking to the kids. Nothing gets settled. It happens again. They're talking to her. They're talking to the kids. And it all culminates in a really terrible night where everything escalates and it reaches a point where somebody dies. And I
hope it's her.
It's not. Not to spoil the situation. I will say, like, one of the craziest experiences was I was pleasantly surprised with how the documentary ends. And it makes me sick that I was pleasantly surprised with how the documentary ends. There is a scene midway through that if you do not cry watching that scene, like, I don't try to put emotions on people because not everyone cries. No, like, every single person I've talked to who's watched this,
Gary
men,
came
women,
in
old,
yesterday,
young.
and
Gary
I'm
was talking about
assuming
it. Yes.
I hope I'm not spreading Gary.
No.
Business, but
It will make you cry.
Okay.
It is one of the most heart-wrenching things real life footage that you will ever watch. And I think the documentary does a really good job of essentially showing how in certain cases, who gets the benefit of the doubt, who is burdened with the proof of who's in the wrong in a situation, like what white people can get away with in how they treat or how they speak to law enforcement. The conversations between the police and this woman for years, it feels like certainly there was something that could have stopped this earlier. And then even as it continues forward, like the treatment of someone, accused of a crime, and you watch this, what I assume, infuriating process of how that person is treated through the lead up to, an arrest and a trial and everything that happens within it. The woman, like the main woman in it.
How good of a villain is she?
Top tier.
Okay.
But here's what drove me crazy this morning. Like, put me in a really bad mood to start the day. So I was trying to get the poster, the artwork of the show to send for TV Tuesday. And so I Googled it, and the Google reviews came up. And like it's gotten, critically acclaimed, whatever. But also from a viewer standpoint, it's received pretty positive feedback. And so I saw the Google reviews, and it's a ton of 5-star ratings. But then the next most popular rating to 5-star rating, like usually when you see a film, it kind of like bounces around the same level, right? Like a lot of 5s and then like 4 3s. Or like if it starts at a 3, it'll go between like a couple 4s and a couple 2s. But this is almost all 5-star ratings and then almost all 1-star ratings. I'm like, that's a stark contrast. So someone who knows better than to look at things that will inevitably piss me off.
Before you get going, just want to make sure everybody is aware that most of the internet is fake. Like most of the people on the internet we hit that threshold this summer sometime.
Thank you for that reminder.
Go ahead with what you're finna do.
There are people who watch the same documentary that I watched in my household, where my husband and I spent a lot of time audibly saying, this woman is one of the worst people that I have ever witnessed. This person is so frustrating. If this person doesn't end up being punished in some way, shape, or form, like this will go down as one of the most frustrating things that I have ever watched, and still does, even with everything that does transpire. There are other people who watched the documentary and hate the documentary because they view the person who was portrayed in our eyes as the clear villain and one of the, I'd put her top 5, like way better than the Natalia Grace dad, and he's pretty top tier documentary villain in this world.
What's the homie who was kidnapping gorillas or chimpanzee?
Oh,
Chimp
yeah,
crazy.
she's up there. No, this woman's worse.
Okay.
I mean, she's dealing with kids, and it's horrific. But there are people who are like, this woman was done dirty. And I'm like, oh my God.
I'd just like to say,
oh my God.
I'd just like to say, alleged people in quotation marks.
Google reviews seem because they're attached to your Gmail. It's harder to manipulate Google reviews, but I do know what you're saying.
We have fake Gmail accounts.
I know,
you have
but
to
I
have
also,
an email account to get onto the various social media platforms. So
but
like,
don't you? So yes, you are correct. As the furthest right person on this show, you are correct. Most of the internet is fake. But I also think it's important to recognize, like, one of the reasons why we are in the hellscape in certain ways that we are is because there are people who view it in that light.
There are people who are comfortable saying that they view it that way because they are emboldened by bots coming in here like, yeah, we're going to validate.
Like, those people think like me, so I can say this out loud.
I can say, people out there do feel this way, so I can say it out loud.
Yes.
I think that is what,
It's a crazy story.
Okay.
Again,
How long?
Hour and a half.
Okay.
Hour and a half.
All right.
I would never sit here and say, like, everyone needs to watch this documentary.
But you
because
say that about some things sometimes.
I think every white person should have to watch this documentary. And then I think for other people, it might be too traumatic to watch and you shouldn't have to put yourself through it. But from like a learning standpoint of maybe don't escalate things that don't need to be escalated. That's stupid. Kids like to play. Let kids be kids. The end. All right. Happy NBA season, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. We get to hear Round Ball Rock. We get to watch Thunder Rockets, Lakers Warriors. And tomorrow, it will be opening day for the Memphis Grizzlies. We will be celebrating all day on Grind City Media. We will see you then. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Bye.